afternoon. Please be seated. It is my privilege to convene the 2018 Diploma ceremony for the Case Western Reserve University School of Law, where we will present diplomas to our graduates whose degrees were conferred by University President Barbara Snyder this morning. We also welcome back those graduates who received their degrees this past January and August, who have returned to campus today to join us in these commencement celebrations. You will find the program for this ceremony on page 40 of your commencement program book. It is now my honor to present one of our two deans of the School of Law, Michael Scharf.
Thank you, Dean Hill. Good afternoon. As co-dean of the law school, it is my great pleasure to welcome all of you, faculty, colleagues, families, friends, and members of the graduating class to our commencement ceremony in the 125th anniversary year of this venerable law school. In a few minutes, you will be hearing from the president of our Law Alumni Association Board, our distinguished commencement speaker, and the Student Bar Association co-presidents. And then the 127 JDs, the 70 LLMs, the 16 master students, and the 13 SJDs that make up the class of 2018 will walk across the stage, receive their diplomas, and officially become graduates, alumni of Case Western Reserve University School of Law. We are especially pleased to recognize the 15 inaugural graduates of our brand new Masters in Financial Integrity program. The class of 2018 has left an indelible mark on this law school. You arrived at a turbulent moment in U.S. and world history, and within our classrooms and hallways, you engaged in spirited debates on the weighty legal issues of our time. Rather than become distracted, however, you were energized. This class has won awards at national and international moot court, mock trial, and essay competitions. You've edited and written law review articles that have the potential to improve the law. And in our clinics and labs and externships, you've worked on cases that have changed lives. You have made us all proud. Parents, grandparents, siblings, significant others, and friends, we want to honor you today as well. Your love, support, and encouragement were vital to our students' success, culminating in this wonderful occasion. Would the families and friends of the class of 2018, many of whom have traveled long distances to be here today, please at this time rise so that we may show our appreciation with an enthusiastic Case Western Reserve ovation. And then there were the many members of the Case Western Reserve Law School community that have assisted you along your journey. They wisely admitted you to our law school. They fixed your computers when they broke down. They provided library services. They counseled and advised you. They helped you obtain internships and externships, fellowships, and jobs. Even today, they are stationed around the auditorium, working behind the scenes to ensure the smooth running of this ceremony. We thank you as well. Finally, let us take a moment to recognize the tremendous faculty of this law school who sit before you and behind me on this stage. Our faculty are ranked by the SISC study as the 25th best faculty in the entire nation and in terms of scholarly impact. But more importantly, our faculty have taken you under their wings, they've taught and mentored you, and they've passed along their passion for the law. From them, you have learned to think, problem solve, and persuasively argue like a lawyer. Let us now give them a tremendous Case Western Reserve Law School ovation. Graduates, through your resolute effort, you have obtained one of the most powerful degrees in all of education. Through your hard work and the guidance of the faculty, you are well equipped to succeed and ultimately to be leaders in the field. The marathon you began when you entered our doors is just about complete. There is one more task facing many of you, and it's an important one that will take substantial energy and focus and perseverance during the coming summer. A record percentage of last year's graduates passed the bar exam, and we challenge you to do what it takes to tenaciously meet that final hurdle to becoming a lawyer. My faculty colleagues and I are excited to watch you on your journey, and we will help you whenever we can. We want you to stay in touch, to share with us the stories of your first experiences, your challenges, and your glories. On behalf of the faculty and the proud profession which you have joined, I am happy to say, well done and congratulations, class of 2018. It is now my pleasure to turn the program over to George Mascarino, class of 1983, the president of our Law School's Alumni Association Board.
Thank you, Dean Scharf, Dean Berg, members of the faculty, distinguished guests, family and friends, and most importantly, the class of 2018. Congratulations from the CWRU Law Alumni Association Board. I want to tell you, I come from a family of lawyers. My dad graduated from this same law school in 1958. I was born the day he passed the bar in 1958. So in many respects, I think it was destiny that I would be a lawyer. My brother's a lawyer in California. My daughter Katie graduated from this law school in 2012, works with my firm. And my son John graduated in 2015 from University of Miami Coral Gables. Now, he was the only one in the family that had the foresight to get out of here for 3 winters and then come back. But he's come back, he practices with me and his sister in our firm, and he's in this great town and this great legal community. I want to tell you just very briefly about our Law Alumni Board that I'm very privileged to serve as the president for. We have 30-plus members. Folks around the country. It's a diverse organization. There's actually international members. Our role is to assist with student recruitment, mentor law students and young attorneys, support the law school publicly and financially. We meet 3 times a year and we vote on key alumni-related matters and key alumni-related awards. So you're going to make the transition just in a few minutes. You're not going to be students, you're going to be alumni. And we welcome your participation and hope that you become active in the law school in this new capacity. Do not hesitate to contact the law school's Office of Alumni Relations and Development in regard to that involvement. I want to be short here today. I just want to tell you 4 quick points as you embark on this next part of your life. 1, be proud to be a lawyer. Whether you're in a big firm, in government, solo practice, legal aid, a corporation, whether you do litigation, corporate, business, personal counseling, you now will do what lawyers do. We help people in their most important personal and professional situations and scenarios. Lawyers are problem solvers, and we're in a profession whose clients turn to us to help with their biggest life decisions and problems. You will find out what I've had the pleasure to find out, that there is nothing better than to celebrate with a client after a victory, no matter what that is, whether it's a litigation matter, whether it's a corporate deal or whatever. And you will have helped them navigate that through, and you will have made a difference. Number 2, the road to success is paved with hard work, but keep your eye on the prize. Starting with your prep for the bar exam, go at it full force. Hard work and preparation are everything as lawyers. I was at a bar function the other night with a judge, and he was congratulating a young lawyer who had made an argument in front of him and telling her how well prepared she was. He then turned to the older lawyers like myself and said, "George, isn't it always true that the most prepared lawyer almost always wins?" Keep that in mind. Never underestimate an opponent. Never underestimate an assignment or task as you embark on this profession, and keep that as you go through it, and don't lose the edge. The prize that I talked about keeping your eye on is the client. It's the reason why we do this. The clients are what count. It's their case. It's their transaction. It's their matter. We're important, but they are the client, and the client is paramount. 3, your reputation is everything. You now move from student to practicing lawyer, and it's a clean slate. Nobody cares what you got in contracts first year. You're now going to be a lawyer. But you'll be evaluated. People will be looking at you, not just how you do things, what you do, but the way that you perform. Remember that your word is your bond, and that you practice both pursuant to the law of your applicable jurisdiction and the ethics rules that govern our profession that you well know already. Your clients will benefit from zealous representation, but you will demand respect when you maintain your ethics, and people will want to hire you, and they will want you to be their lawyer. Lastly, 4, get involved. Don't just work and go home. Network, join your local bar association, get on a local board or a charity. We're privileged in this profession of what we've done and what you will do, and you've attained a very high degree here. And we have the right and the ability and basically the obligation to give back to the community, not just legal, but non-legal as well. So, in conclusion, I have an invitation for you. As alumni of the school, in just a few minutes, please consider attending the 3rd annual Alumni and Faculty Dinner on October 12th. It will be at the Metropolitan at the 9 downtown. This is where we give out our yearly alumni awards. You can tour the old bank vault at the Cleveland Trust Building, and you can start your new role as an alumni and attorney at law. So on behalf of myself and the Law Alumni Association Board, I wish you sincerely all the best that this great profession has to offer as you now take advantage of being a lawyer and having worked so hard to attain this degree. Congratulations and good luck.
On behalf of the faculty and staff of Case Western Reserve University School of Law, I congratulate each of you on your graduation. It has been an honor to have all of you as students at our law school. We are very proud of your outstanding achievements, both in and out of the classroom. We are confident that you will excel in your professional careers and will continue to contribute a great deal to your communities. I have the honor of presenting the Order of the Coif. The Order of the Coif originated in 15th century English Inns of Court to honor the best barristers. It was started in this country by a handful of law schools over 100 years ago to honor the top students in each class. We honor those members of the class of 2018 who are graduating in the top 10% of their class. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Please hold your applause until I call the last name. Janine Cerny, Jamie Christ, John Dagan Jr., Alexis Florzak, Brittany Lockyer, Caitlin Patton, Daniel Shai II. Michael Silverstein. Leah Slider. Holger Sontag. Stephanie Starek. Brandon Wotasic. And Daniel Wolf. Congratulations to all of you. Please refer to pages 41 and 42 of your commencement program for a listing of those graduates receiving their degree with a specialty concentration. Pages 43 through 45 list those graduates who have been recognized for their academic and extracurricular excellence with special honors and awards. Also, the program insert contains a listing of those students, both JD and LLM, graduating with honors. One award included in the program insert is the Cum Studiis Tumoribus Principes Award, which is presented by the Society of Benchers to a member of the graduating class who is eminent in academic work and character. This year's recipient is Leah Slider. Leah, please stand. Congratulations. It is also my privilege to recognize the winners of the Jacob Hecht Pro Bono Graduating Student of the Year Award. This award recognizes the student who completed the greatest number of pro bono hours during their time in law school. The School of Law established this program to encourage students to use their education and professional training to benefit the community, particularly underserved communities. This year, we have two recipients, Alexandra Mooney and Emily Niemel. Allie and Emily, please stand. Congratulations. Next, we will recognize this year's Teacher and Administrator of the Year Awards, which are chosen by a ballot of the graduating class. The Teacher of the Year Award recognizes a faculty member for his or her outstanding teaching and service. This year's recipient is Professor Michael Benza. Professor Benza, would you please stand? Oh, he's down there, that's right. Congratulations. In addition, the LLM graduating class voted on its LLM Teacher of the Year Award. This award recognizes a faculty member for his or her outstanding teaching and service to LLM students. This year's recipient is Professor Jonathan Gordon. Professor Jonathan Gordon, would you stand? And finally, the Dennis J. Jenks Memorial Award for Administrator of the Year recognizes an administrator or staff member for his or her service and dedication. This year's recipient is Tanya Phillips. Tanya, would you stand? Congratulations to all of you. Anthony Cirinello and Krithika Rajkumar are the outgoing co-presidents of the Student Bar Association and our next speakers. They will also announce some additional awards. Anthony and Krithika, please come up to the stage.
In addition to the awards presented by Dean Hill, it is our honor to recognize the recipients of several other awards. All of the following award recipients were chosen by a ballot of the graduating class.
The awards for community service are given to an individual and an organization that have made the strongest contribution to public service. We have all chosen the legal profession, which is a service career. The law school recognizes that this class has continued a strong tradition of showing a commitment to helping those who are less fortunate than we are. The volunteer work in which many of you have engaged is an inspiration to all of us here today.
This year's award for community service for an individual goes to Denola Phillips. Denola, would you please stand? Congratulations.
This year's award for community service for an organization, also chosen by a ballot of the graduating class, is street law. Applause. Congratulations to all of you who contributed to street law during your time here.
Each year, the graduating students honor through the School of Law Leadership Award a student or students who have made significant contributions to student organizations and fostered community within the school. This year's School of Law Leadership Award recipient is Brandon Watasik. Congratulations.
The Student of the Year award is given to the graduating student who, in the judgment of her classmates, best exemplifies outstanding scholarship and excellence in extracurricular activities. This year's Student of the Year award recipient is Leah Slider.
To the deans, distinguished faculty, graduates, family members, good afternoon, and thank you for allowing me to speak on this wonderful day of celebration. I'm honored to be here. I recently learned that less than 100 years ago, someone like me would be ineligible to even be an American citizen, let alone apply, get into, and graduate from law school. Exactly 95 years ago, in United States versus Bhagat Singh Thind, the United States Supreme Court held that Mr. Thind, an Indian immigrant, was racially ineligible to become a naturalized citizen of the US. It did not matter to the court that, after his arrival in Oregon from India in 1913, Thind had worked in lumber mills, paid his way through UC Berkeley, and enlisted in the United States Army. Now, this wasn't a Supreme Court decision that I read in any history book as a kid who grew up in Detroit, Michigan, or in any class in law school. But I couldn't help but relate to Thind's story as an immigrant myself to this country at the age of 4. To be honest, at that time, I barely even spoke English. So if I, a woman of color, a child of immigrants, can be standing in this beautiful hall delivering a law school graduation speech as Student Bar Association president, it truly is a testament to how far society has come. But as we all know, as students who have lived and breathed the law for the last 3 years, we have so much further to go. This day goes far beyond us. It's about the people in our lives who have sacrificed to get us here. To my parents, my pillars of support, thank you for all that you have sacrificed. I also want to thank my best friend, Anthony, for being a supporting and uplifting co-president. I know that I can count on you no matter what. I also want to thank the professors, administrators, and deans, especially Dean Polly and Michael McCarthy. I look up to you as mentors, positive role models, and strong leaders. To the class of 2018, the past few years have been about us, our summer jobs, how the capstone is just so unfair, how LEAP has way too much work. But at the end of the day, the legal profession is not about us at all. It's about making lives better for those that we represent and giving them a voice. Law school taught us to think like lawyers, but I hope that in the process, we don't forget to think like human beings. I hope that we acknowledge when something makes us uneasy and that we speak up when there is injustice. I hope that we have the strength to believe in our value systems, but that we also have the humility to change our perspectives and minds. I hope that we find beauty in the gray areas of life, the bad in the good in the bad, and that we realize that some situations may have one answer, or many answers, or no answer at all. And that it's not as simple as good or evil, right or wrong, right or left. We are so lucky to have chosen the legal profession, especially now, when our political system is more divided than ever, when there's an enormous and growing gap in the access to justice for the indigent, and a continuing failure to end racism and racial discrimination in our society and in our courts. Responding to these problems is our responsibility as the next generation of lawyers. But how great is it that we're getting a degree that will actually help us fix all of these problems? I want to end by quoting one of our dearest professors, Professor Enton. On his last day of teaching legislation and regulation, he said something that has really stuck with me the past 3 years. Stop trying to seek perfection in an imperfect world. Well, with Professor Enton's permission, I want to modify that a little bit. We should be seeking perfection, not externally in the world around us, but within ourselves, to be the best versions of ourselves going forward, to be non-judgmental, to love unconditionally, and fight zealously so that we can be the best advocates for those who live in that imperfect world. This graduation is our first step in taking on this giant responsibility. I have no doubt that you all will continue to serve your communities, to grow as leaders, and continue to use your knowledge and skills for the greater good. And always remember that we have the greatest superpowers of them all: a Blue Book citation manual and a LexisNexis password. Class of 2018, congratulations, and I can't wait to see what we all accomplish in the coming years. Thank you.
Thanks, Krithika. If anyone's wondering about the lip color, it's Rebel by MAC. Before I begin, I do want to say thank you to my friend Krithika. Your drive and your focus are unrivaled, and it's so much that it unnerves some people. And for me, that's how I know you're doing it right, so keep it up. I'm so proud of you. And also, I want to thank, I have a lot of people here, and they're all in the nosebleeds up there. So my Sam, Rich, my family, the Fafufkas, and my brother Nick C is here, one of New York's finest. Nick, after today, we can officially call ourselves Law and Order. So today, we're brought together in the spirit of advocacy. And I'm reminded of the song Stand By Me. In that song, Benny King sang about how when everything was going wrong in his life, and when it seemed like the sky was falling down, all he needed in his darkest hour was for someone to stand by him. This is, of course, the essence of advocacy, this notion that we can endure anything as long as we don't have to do it alone. Advocacy is now our calling, and it is also the reason that we're joined today by our loved ones to celebrate with those who have stood by us through this journey. When I was a kid, I used to go to day camp in the summertime. And after my family and I went on vacation for a week, some of my friends informed me that when I was away, my camp counselor was telling my friends that I was gay. He was mimicking my mannerisms and so on. He was 20 and I was 12. When I told my parents what had happened, my father came with me to camp the next day. And he took my camp counselor aside and he stood up for me. It's not that I wasn't gay, I was extremely gay. But my parents knew that it was my choice to share that information, especially since coming out comes with legal ramifications. In February of 2004, I came out to my mother because she made me feel comfortable to tell her that, before even a single state had legalized gay marriage. I was only 15 years old, and in the 15 years since, my mother continues to advocate for me. She has pulled me up from my lowest point on countless occasions, often at times when I couldn't find pride in myself. To my parents, thank you for giving me this life. Unfortunately, my story is not the story of many LGBT people. Today, I live in a world where I need to look around when my partner tries to kiss me in public or tries to hold my hand. But Tim always reassures me that he's a big guy and that he'll stand up for me if something goes awry. Tim, the way you've taken care of me these past 3 years, you have made law school as easy as it could possibly be. I am very lucky. My whole life, I've been very lucky. I've been given the space and the safety and the reassurance to be myself. How lucky I was to grow up with television shows like Will and Grace, where Will was a gay attorney, or movies like Philadelphia, in which Tom Hanks portrays a gay attorney, fired from his job before finally succumbing to the AIDS virus. How lucky I was to only be a child in New York City at the height of the AIDS crisis. How reassuring it was to see Mr. Hanks celebrated for his role. While I do wish for a world with equality, how lucky I am to live when the world is shifting its views toward my community. I know that I'm different, and it is my differences that brought something new to this law school. And I hope that because of me, there will be more gay, tattooed, backwards hat-wearing, gay rights-oriented law students on the way. If there's anything I want to say to my class today, I ask that you recognize the extraordinary amount of luck that has led you to a seat here today. And to remember that by complete chance, others have not been as fortunate as you. Remember those less fortunate and lend them your representation freely and wholeheartedly, because they are the people that need you the most. To everyone here today, to the family and friends, faculty and classmates, congratulations on a job well done. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Anthony and Krithika, for your wonderful remarks, and it has been a pleasure to work with both of you this year. It is our great pleasure to have Francois-Philippe Champagne here today as our 2018 commencement speaker. He graduated from our LLM program in 1994 with honors. Businessman, lawyer, and international trade specialist, Champagne has more than 20 years of experience in large international companies, particularly in the field of global energy, engineering, and innovation. He started as a company staff attorney in Cleveland, eventually serving as the corporate group operations attorney for Europe, Africa, and the Middle East, and then the group operations senior attorney for Europe and the Asia Pacific while based in Italy. When the company was purchased by ABB Group, a leading cutting-edge technology company, he moved to Zurich to become the vice president and senior counsel. Later, he relocated to London to serve as the strategic development director, acting general counsel and chief ethics officer, and member of the group management committee of AMEC, a world leader in the energy sector. In 2009, he was named Young Global Leader by the World Economic Forum, an exclusive worldwide club limited to about 250 people under the age of 40. In 2014, Champagne returned to his native Canada, and in 2015 was elected a member of the Parliament. Shortly thereafter, he was appointed Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Finance of Canada, a position he held until January 10, 2017, when he was appointed Minister of International Trade of Canada by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Earlier today, he was awarded an honorary Doctor of Laws degree at the University Commencement ceremony. While his career has been extraordinary, his choice to apply to Case Western Reserve University was fairly mundane. He spotted a recruitment poster on the wall at the University of Montreal and thought, I should apply. We applaud his decision then, as well as the one to join us today as our distinguished 2018 commencement speaker.
Good afternoon, everyone. The sun is shining. We're all together today. What a great day. And I certainly hope that I'm not the only champagne you're going to have today to celebrate, you know. I know the day is early, but I wish you a good evening with all of that. It is a real pleasure to be back here with faculty, with all of you. And I would say mes meilleures félicitations and congratulations to each and really every one of you that I can see in front of me today. I am so proud, and perhaps especially your parents that I see above here, who may have worked as hard as you for this moment, and I can assure you and worried about it probably even more than you did to make sure that you would come to this great day. This is a moment for celebration, and for each and every one of you, a moment to finally and fully exhale. Seriously, try it, everyone. We're going to do a little exercise. One deep breath in, one long deep breath out. We made it. And I imagine that's probably a first for a lot of you after such a busy 3-year and perhaps 1 year for the LLM students. And now as you just start feeling good, shoulder relax, I want to burst that momentary bubble of serenity. Next up, passing the bar exam, landing with the right firm or prosecutor office or perhaps an NGO, government or companies, hours spent grinning out for senior partners or staring down at a crushing caseload, getting your head down, and above all, getting on with it. Striving for partner, for promotion, a better office, and perhaps even a better floor. At last, you will have made it. Or perhaps that's what you believe. In all the pitfalls and rewards of the years ahead, some of you, perhaps many of you, may lose possibly the sight of the one thing I want to speak to you about today. A life with purpose. I was a kid from a small town in rural Quebec who found himself lucky enough to be at the Case Western Reserve School of Law. And you heard my story, it's actually true. It has the benefit of being a true story, but it's a good one, where kids saw an ad and applied and made it here. I once sat where you are now, literally, and since I'm not the tallest one, I was probably in the front row to make sure I could see the podium. It was at Case Western Reserve that I learned a lesson I want to share with you all today in the hopes that you might remember it in the years to come. That lesson came from Professor Henry King, one of my professors and a larger-than-life legend in this law school and in the field of international law, which inspired me and hope would inspire you as well. King helped author the Charter of the International Criminal Court, served as chief counsel to the Marshall Plan, and a little closer to home, King led a 3-country committee recommendation for what would become, imagine, the North American Free Trade Agreement between our countries. Because of his work, Professor King has left behind a world where human rights violators are no longer immune from the reach of the law, and they know it. Professor King once said, "We're all party to the same race. We have common rights, regardless of borders, geography, and culture." Professor King instilled in me the sense that we must use the law as a force for greater good, and certainly, and we heard it before, as an instrument of change in our society. This lesson is what pushed me into public service, returning to Canada to run in our last election. It is a lesson I continue to bring with me as the Canada's Minister of International Trade, or as the journalists like to call me, Canada's Chief Marketing Officer. And there's never been a better time to be reminded of that lesson, and I will tell you why today. There's never been a more important time for champions of the rule of law like you to stand up and be counted in the world. Wherever you end up, whatever field of law you decide to practice, what side you may decide to represent, where you ultimately will put your law skills to work, As graduates of Case Western Reserve universities, you must always have an ambition that rises above a self-centered career and focus on the one that incorporates an appreciation for the rule of law. You must become more than simply future practitioners. You must become the guardians and the champions of the rule of law. Everywhere, every time, always. When I graduated in 1994, the world had rebuilt itself after 2 world wars, and it had done so with architects like Henry King at the drawing board. And I must say, as a world, we were fortunate to have someone like him. They created a more stable, united, and prosperous and peaceful world because they built it on the foundation of the rules and the laws that broke down barriers and, as you know, transcended borders. The principle and standards underpinning this rule-based world were applied, perhaps not perfectly at all times by all states, but certainly by the vast majority of democratic states most of the time. The system, as you would know it, has at its heart the core notions of territorial integrity, human rights, democracy, and the respect for the rule of law, and an aspiration for free trade. That generation of Canadians and Americans deeply appreciated that the world without international law rules for the global economy was a world of strife and poverty. They sought to prevent that from ever happening again. When they rebuilt the world, they put the law at its core. And what follows, as you know well, was an unparalleled chapter in our common history of greater security and more prosperity. Case Western Reserve School of Law was integral to this effort. And you are now a graduate of this great institution. To this day, the work of this university fosters greater understanding across borders, collaboration between friends and allies like Canada and the United States, and models for cooperation that can and should be exported to the world. Now it's going to be up to you. The job I inherited then, and those of my classmates at the time in 1994, was to preserve their achievement and to build on it to carry forward the lessons that I learned, just as you did, at this very fine university. We were taught to use the multilateral structures they created as the foundation for the new realities of this century. As you embark in your journey, the world you inherit is not so clear and much in need of a new generation of leaders. And we heard that from previous speaker today. Your world is grappling with the challenges posed by the impact of globalization previous champions created, in many cases, but it seems as though today, as we're facing some headwind, we need much support from you to come on board and help us to make sure that the rule of law is preserved and always respected. We need you to pick up the mantle left by King and his generation. I choose a new path into public service precisely because I carried words of King with me and really felt compelled to act. I am inspired to act, and I hope you too will feel inspired to act, because a goal without actions remains a dream. And we need you to become involved and make sure that we can together change the world. In my current job, I see that as challenging the status quo in international trade by asking how can we make trade more inclusive, progressive, and open to more people from all walks of life? And how can we ensure that workers are able to fully share in the benefits that trade should provide to humanity? Trade, I often say, should be a march to the top, not a race to the bottom. At no point in our recent history has there been a greater need for new thinking and for that thinking to reinforce and to reinvigorate our institutions. This new thinking will come from you, the class of 2018. I was about to say the class of 1994. And this is today your call to action because we certainly need you on board. As you probably appreciate, we are at crossroads. And you are going to be the ones that will shape the things to come. Don't believe it's people like me or your teacher. Now the world is upon you. You are going to shape it the way you want. And I hope you're going to shape it as inclusive as one should be. How will you stop a world in retreat from itself by improving the laws that govern it, that create prosperity and the tools to share it? How will you use the law? Just pause for a second. What will you do when others seek to undermine it or diminish it? How will you uphold the example of Professor King setting the stage for all of us? As you embark on your next step into the world, think about what will you do to contribute to this new world order. For me, there is an opportunity now to build a more inclusive world where the rule of law serves human dignity. And I think the two testaments we heard before were about dignity. Every single human being is entitled to the same dignity that we aspire for. That was the message we heard. Many of you will lead teams in the coming years. Will they be gender balanced? Will they include people from the LGBTQ2 community? Will they be inclusive? Will they reflect the communities and the world you want to live in? What will you do to make the failings of the past are not perpetuated in the future? So I hope that in 30 or 40 years' time, you can say you did the right thing. That winning was not the only consequence of your success and your efforts. That rules matter, and that the world you leave behind is stronger, safer, fairer, and more united. The world needs its champions now more than ever. The world needs you. And in conclusion, if there's only 3 things you remember from what I said today, the first one would be seize the moment. There's never been a better time to change the world. Be ambitious. Never settle for less than your full potential. And never forget what Case Western Reserve Law School gave you, as you might one day have to give the convocation speech. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you, Minister Champagne, for those inspiring words. I now turn things over to Associate Dean Sarah Polly for the presentation of diplomas.
Deans Berg and Scharf, faculty, and honored guests, it is my great privilege to present the class of 2018 graduates who have received the degree of Doctor of Juridical Science. This terminal degree is awarded for 2 or more years of advanced academic study and research in the field of law. Our SJD graduates will be hooded by Professors Jack Turner and Max Melman. Rashid Ayed Al-Hujari. Saud Hamoud Al-Harthi. Ali Al-Husainan. Majed Marzouk Al-Hotebi. Mr. Al-Hotebi has also completed and graduated with the degree of Master of Laws. Maha Jassim Arti. Emre Gudak. Shuzi Lee. Ramchat Lianjan. Christian Matabaro Bisimwa. Xiao Yu Shi. It is now my privilege to present the class of 2018 graduates who have received the degree of Juris Doctor. Those graduates who have earned their degrees with honors can be identified by the honor cords over their lapels: gold for summa cum laude, silver for magna cum laude, and white for cum laude. Michael Robert Anderson. Mark Angelo Antaporta. Samuel Randall Baird. Brian Douglas Bardwell. James Richard Bedell. Tanya Michelle Bell. Justin Morris Bibb. Mr. Bibb has also completed and graduated with the degree of Master of Business Administration. Jasmine Alexis Boutros. Ms. Boutros has also completed and graduated with the degree of Master of Business Administration. Roger Aaron Bramley. Michael Lewis Senta. Janine Marie Cerny. Poonam Chatterjee. Justin David Cheng. Aaron Washington Childs. Lauren Nicole Chisner. Anthony Cirinello, Jr. Lindsay Marie Cook. Dylan Mook. Jamie Marie Christ. Ms. Christ has also completed and graduated with the degree of Master of Arts. John Nicholas Dagan, Jr. Robert Evan Daniel. Taylor Celeste DeClerico. Ms. DeClerico has also completed and graduated with the degree of Master of Science in Social Administration. Owen Alexander Doherty. Aji Mariam Drama. Jessica Lee Edelstein. Jonathan David Engelke. James Richard English. Allison Jean Winslow Epperson. Ashley Megan Everett. Stephanie Marie Farah. Guo Kai Feng. Alexis Marie Florzak. Christian David Foisey. Sarah Marie Freer. Matthew John Garbin. Mackenzie Allen Glaze. Marcy Gonzalez. Mingwei Guan. Mercedes Wren Gurney. Anthony Winfield Hammond, Jr. Tian Jiao Han. Robert Clinton Harms. Michael Evan Christopher Hattery. Rachel Lynn Hazelet. Nevada Linford Heft. Morgan Eden Hellgreen. Joseph Brandon Hemphill. Stephen Creed Heestand. Nicholas James Myerden Holland. Alex James Howard. Yun Long Hu. Lulu Jing. Stephen Thomas Keller. Shanley Rianne Kennedy. Terrence James Colleen. Ryan M. Crisby. Julie Anna Kuhn. Shani Liu. Maya Lugasi. Ananya Malavarapu. James Hawthorne Manley, Jr. Congrats. Caitlin Masetta Alvarez. Keisha K. Matthews. Marcus J. Mazurowski. Madison Gabriella Melinek. Shannon Elizabeth Meyer. Amar Kumar Mulail. Mr. Mulail has also completed and graduated with a degree of Master of Business Administration. Alexandra Marie Mooney. Lydia Christine Moad. Daniel John Murray. Taryn Rose Murray. Emily Rose Niemel. Kenneth Kanechi Obi. Daniel Joseph Odenweller. James Patrick Oliver. Shannon Dale Parker. Adam J. Parker Levine. Caitlin Ein Patton. Sarah Jean Wehrmeister Petit. Denola Emerald Phillips. Richard Carlson Price, Jr. Mr. Price has also completed and graduated with a degree of Master of Business Administration. Starlin Heaven Priest. Krithika Rajkumar. Spencer Ashton Robbins. Lauren Marie Roberts. Ms. Roberts has also completed and graduated with a degree of Master of Science in Social Administration. Katie Elizabeth Rourke. Christine Suzanne Shim. Daniel Lewis Shai II. Jathniel Calvin Shao. Christiana Maria Sibley. Michael Benjamin Silverstein. Timothy Ryan Sipe. John David Slasky III. Leah Marie Slider. Samantha Elizabeth Smythe. Holga K. Sontag. Jason Edward Stafford. Stephanie Ann Starrick. Matthew Eugene Sterator. Anthony Franklin Taylor. Matthew Joseph Turkai. Sabrina Monet Turner. Brooke Lynn Tyus. Valerie Anik Villacampa. Katerina Anik, oh, I'm sorry. Katerina Andrea Voronova. Shelby Lynn Wade. Christy Lynn Winner. Michael Samuel Witt. Brandon Anthony Wotasic. Daniel Patrick Wolf. Xiang Wu. Yan Huan Yang. Zachary Allen Zaleski. Sean Zhu. Ariel Melissa Zupmore. It is also my privilege to present the class of 2018 graduates who have received the degree of Master of Arts in the fields of financial integrity or patent practice. Naji Osman Al-Amin. Renee Suzanne Capter. Kelly McKay Cooper. Kelly B. Dixon. Laura Gomez. Maxine Charmaine Jackson. Dominique Michelle Kaiser. Rex Macapobri. Max Robert Marhulik. Alexander K. Russell. Paul Gentosis Sabatitis. Rasha Hassan Saleh. Dennis W. Schwartz.
Deans Berg and Scharf, faculty colleagues, and honored guests, it is now my great privilege to proudly present the class of 2018 graduates who have received the degree of Master of Laws in United States and Global Legal Studies, International Business Law, International Criminal Law, or Intellectual Property Law. Those graduates who have earned their degrees with honors can be identified by the purple honor cords over their lapels. Ahmed Mohammed Alaiyat. Hamoud Youssef Al-Fadli. Muhammad Ali Al-Ghamdi. Naif Moed Al-Hardi. Shada Salim Al-Hardi. Rashid Khalifa Al-Mazrui. Mohammed Saleh Al-Mutari. Rakan Ghalib Al-Mutari. Omar Abdurrahim Al-Sulami. B. Min. Chao Yue. Chun Shu Chi. Chun Song Yuen. Tui Bo Yuen. Tui Xin Yu. Du Guo Hui. Esper Esper. Fu Xiaoting. Gu Jia Yu. Kong Wei Yin. Li Kai. Li Ye. Liu Hao. Liu Sai Ying. Liu Yuzjia. Lu Jiaming. Lu Shongnan. Ma Hao. Abdullah Yahya Marwi. Mu Di Shan. Punctual. Josephine Petit Talamont. Xian Yan. Jren Chong Chien. Gerson Rollet. Ruan Chong Si. Emin Sarah Ipek. Priyanka Sudhir Sule. Tong Lu Jin. Wang Miao. Yubia Briseda Wilkinson. Wu Ke Wei. Shu Guai. Shu Yi Fei. Huge Lyon. Zhang Xiao. John Jai Pei. John Jian Fan. John Tong. John Ya Chi. John Yu Ying. John Zihong. John Yatwin. John Yu. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in offering a big round of congratulations and applause for all members of the Case Western Reserve University School of Law Class of 2018. Congratulations, everyone. Good job.
We have reached the close of our celebration. In a moment, the recessional will leave the building. We would appreciate all of our guests allowing the faculty and graduates to exit the auditorium before leaving your seats. Before I wrap up, I would like to take a moment to recognize Professor Lisa Wood, who is retiring this year. Professor Wood has taught both of the 1L LEAP classes and was the primary architect of the upper-level LEAP 3 transactions course. An incredibly talented attorney, instructor, and invaluable colleague, we will miss her cheerful presence in the building. Please join me in wishing her well on this next stage in her life. As you begin this next phase of your life, remember to take a deep breath and believe in yourself. You will not get to choose everything that happens to you, but you will get to choose how you perceive and react to experiences. As the saying goes, we can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or rejoice because thorn bushes have roses. Or as Maya Angelou put it, you may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. Make every effort to change the things you do not like. If you cannot make a change, change the way you have been thinking. You might find a new solution. With these final words, I declare an end to our 2018 commencement. Thank you and good luck.